Welcome back to Super Sentai Review, episode 427. Now, those of you curious, though, like, oh, you got a new... What's up with your chair? Well, yesterday, I was sitting in the wood chair. It's now next to me. The chair I've had for the last several years had decided to fall apart on me, so I got myself a brand new chair. It's a gaming chair, can also relax in. It's very comfortable to sit in. How much I purchased it is basically private. I'm not going to mention it because basically it's not something I should discuss publicly about it. So, I got a new chair, which I'm very happy with that. Yep. So, in the case of this particular video, we're discussing two movies and a special. I was planning originally discussing also Secrets to Regulars, but I figured out I can discuss that later. So we have two movies and a special here. Now, first of which is a dub feature movie. I first heard about this movie like last year, and now I get a chance to watch it. And it's okay, it's not terrible. There's some more things about it. The first one is basically King-Ohger versus Donbrothers. Now, I personally am planning on watching this again really soon, so my brief thoughts on it is that the King-Ohger basically do a really good job of the movie, and the fact also the Red Donbrother gets a gold form. We have some interesting interactions, some fall from the main series, Donbrothers. The villain is nothing character, and of course they kind of go back to Earth anyways. It's an okay movie. I might feel better about it later. I might get a chance to do with, of course, basically I'm talking about Donbrothers. Next movie is quite interesting because the first half of this movie is mostly put explaining, like it's basically adding stuff, add more of the King-Ohger. Like basically, it's a lot. It's more focused on Kyoryuger than it is King-Ohger. So basically, we start out with the flashback that was established in King-Ohger episode 32, where Ayami, and then Yoshia, basically the Kero Violet, Uchi, and King take the Packazor and go out to space to fight off against basically the Galactic. They lose pretty badly, and of course King gets trapped in Amber, which of course I don't remember seeing this. I think we see maybe a little glimpse of it a couple times, of course, of King-Ohger, but it's not really dealt with it at all. As they're too well, they go back in time. Well, they try to, and of course Uchi ends up in the future, where he runs into Amy, and, well, her son with Daigo, Prince. So, brought to the past. And of course, basically, we see how he, of course, Prince Hyman's, how he met Soji, and we see his training. We see Kanandra and Kedro again. First time we see him since episode 33, and this sadly would be their final appearance ever in Sentai, because I don't think they return after this. Not really. Oh, and the reason of this movie happening, 10th version King-Ohger. We'll get back to that. So, as for Uchi, well, then of course he proceeds to go, like after Jada, they kind of go back through time a bit, and he ends up falling off the ship after causing that bump, where he ends up in the 100 Years Later movie, which, from what I read, that was actually stock footage. Yep, stock footage. And then he somehow ends up in the past of King-Ohger, where he kind of indirectly accidentally wipes out the King-Ohger by, you know that scene that was established a few times in King-Ohger where Regulus is giving Gira this jelly, which we later learn actually has the essence of Kroger's soul thing. Here's Uchi just giving him a bunch more, and kind of in a way him turning actually evil, not him acting like he was evil. And the King-Ohgers get wiped from existence. So Jerome becomes Jeremy. He's now a tour guide. Yasha is no longer the president of Nashia. He is a 2-bit merchant. Hiromi was basically once a royal who got deposed wasting money. Rita had a mental health crisis, so she resigned as the leader. Kurogi, he proceeded to get removed because of his him betraying people too much. So he used to be a sumo wrestler. Don't mention Regulus here. Yeah, there's no mention of, like, presumably maybe killed them per se. I don't know. So, They formulated a plan to get him back. So, and then we see King return, which, by the way, in this movie actually has returned to the actual actor who come back in the movie, which is the first time we actually have him, not just a brief voiceover. And he's not here like last minute like he was in the story. You're thinking, how the heck did he escape? Well, apparently when the Galactic King was destroyed, he actually witnessed a couple things we saw in the film of King-Ohger. Well, one is basically the kings when they walk away and the fist pumping moment, and then we see also where he got, and we see Jerome when he goes off to his own thing, and he takes basically his little spray thing, which he comes back later on with it, and basically, remember his memory get restored, which I thought was really cool, the fact he did that. And also, Prince had to get Gabata because he needed a final battle. Now, this does explain basically his parents in episode 40, because that kind of explains that there. And so, Ever gets the memories back, and of course, that's when finally Jerome asks, like, how'd you get that back? And then eventually, he does explain it. Oh, by the way, how he got to this particular point? So, they free Moth. He goes through and presumably got sealed again. Presumably. It's not very clear with that. So then he ends up in the alternate timeline, where the original Galactic King is dead, and now Gira is now the Galactic King. So, they get everybody's memory restored. Gira takes a bit, eventually his memory restored, and then eventually the evil version himself takes the armor, puts it separately. And then eventually, like, they have transforming and all taking them on. And the rest of the King-Ohger show up. We even see the return of the 3 Spirit Rangers. Yeah, they return. In the case of the one who was basically... What was his name here? Trying to think what was the name of that. It's basically the one who's cayenne blue. Here we go. Gray, which I think it's the actor from the show. They don't show him per se because they show him just a suit. They don't see the actor. Sad we don't see the actor though. No, not really. So it's Ramirez, Tetsu, Torin. Yeah, they all show up here. Sadly put in the case of Ramirez, this would sadly be his final appearance, the actor anyways, playing the character, because he passed away very recently. How long ago did he pass away? He passed away 2 months ago. Of colon cancer. Yeah. Yeah, but great to see Tess again. Though he's voiced by the actor who was in Kyoryuger. He does return here for this whole movie. It's just a one-off return of the character, so great to see him again here. And, of course, they had this big transformation with Prince. We have King meeting Prince the first time in the movie. And the movie is fantastic. I love this movie. It is amazing. I would say that this movie, I felt this one was better. I probably felt more into the Donbrothers one because basically I haven't seen it. But then, of course, we have, by the way, also these particular movies. The first movie, King-Ohger versus Donbrothers, that was 26 minutes. While in the case of King-Ohger versus Kyoryuger, this was roughly 42 minutes. Also, Gabata gets morphed into get this. The new Morpher, where basically top of the gun is red. It's the anniversary variant. And of course says, still got it. And then he has the anniversary version of the Carnival, which I thought was really cool, the fact we debuted this year. It's a shame we won't see this over in Power Rangers, given the fact they're basically in hiatus right now. Excuse me, an X movie, everybody gets turned back normal. And, well, this kind of serves as an epilogue of the series, kind of, in a way. Well, basically for Kyoryugers. And then we have this special, which is only 18 minutes. Which, the way the movie's shot, reminds me a lot of the Deca Ranger stuff. And also with Gab, with the Space Sheriff movies. The new ones, anyways. So, basically, they're offering everyone's doing their own things. Where we see Jerome and Yasu are basically this 8 civilization. And we actually see, get this, we see Riki from O-Ranger on a tablet. We see Rita working with Doggy Kruger, which I thought that was interesting. Rand proceeds to talk to the Space Alliance president, which I'm like, how the heck are you even here, dude? I thought your show was Never Universe. Why the heck are you here? Yeah, his inclusion here is weird. Given the fact he takes place in an alternate timeline, somehow maybe got insurrected. It's not really very clear. So then, of course, basically Prince shows up, challenges Garrett to duel, shows his new move. And then while this is happening, the crown is stolen. And it's apparently stolen by the remains of the Baba Pirates. Which I'm like, wait a minute. Weren't those guys the main villains of Giga Man? Yes. Yes, they were. And the person who stole the name is Abba, I think her name is? Ehab. Though she's wearing the headdress of basically one of the supporting villains of the series. Which I found that to be interesting. You could say, oh, maybe it's that woman who brought Revive again. No, not really. It's a completely different character. Yeah. Basically, the purpose of this movie is basically just bringing the crown in. And then apparently we have this guy called Don King. Now he's an alienizer. So, okay, so we got our Deca Ranger connection. Okay. And then we have Boar Breaker. Yes, and he's from the Machine Empire Barona. Yep. So we have this tournament going on here. So then we see Riki. We actually see the actor again. Yes, Riki, aka King Ranger. Which, this is probably the first time that he has been seen ever in Sentai since the end of O-Ranger. You're thinking, really? Yeah, really. And sadly put, the actor, the one from the show, he did not come back. Nope. For some strange reason, they changed his actor. He's on the other one. Of course, you'll also see Doreen back here again. Though at least she kind of looks like the actress played from the show. And you might be curious, is it the same actress from the show? Nope. The one player show was Lisa Wilde. And as an adult, she's played by Arisa Sandra. Yeah, at least got to appreciate the fact that they cast the actors who actually look like their counterparts, which I found that interesting. Yeah, so then they have this tournament, and then of course basically it's won by Prince, who does what he did to Garrett in the movie, in the special. And then of course basically Rita shows up with Doggy Kruger, who by the way does not morph in the movie. Nope. And then we see the president again, which I still think it's weird. The fact, by the way, we even received a brief cameo by Captain Marvelous. You're thinking, really? Yeah, really. I found that to be interesting. By the way, Orochi, the Alliance, well, they refer to him here as this President Space Federation. This was technically his first appearance since that crossover with Spaceship Gavin. Yeah, that was technically, in a way, his last physical appearance. Well, he did also appear in a previous movie, but I didn't see the other one yet. I'll get back to that later on, but yeah, Uchi's here again, which is interesting. Now, how's Prince back here, which is interesting about in the movie? Uchi brings Back to the Future, and apparently looks like his father is King's father. It could be just the actor's aged for 20 years. It's just possible, they really know. By the way, the actor who plays King, like in 10 years, this guy is not aged at all. He looks virtually the same. It is shocking the fact he looks exactly the same. And yeah, same actor. Kyoryuger. This guy was born in 93? Yeah, he was born in 1993. Yes, I'm older than he is. So that means by the time that, well, when the show first aired back in 2014, he was probably like 21. Well, that could explain why he looked exactly the same. Yep. Oh, by the way, why is King-Ohger involved with this? Well, apparently the reason why he's involved because apparently Don King kidnapped Doreen, which I'm like, again, I guess she fits the mold of Nostalgia Critic's dumbass in distress is what he basically had this list of dumbass in distress. She'd probably make the list given the fact how many times she's been kidnapped. And like, ooh, they're half of this superpower. Like, are they have the power of the O-Rangers? It's not really very clear here. But eventually you see Morph, which I thought was so cool. Yeah, and they changed the actor, but I'm glad the fact they kept the same outfit. Yeah, it was shocking to see this guy again. Because, yeah, I think at this point, it must have been almost 30 years since the character last appeared ever in Sentai. Yeah, like I said, last time he appeared was actually at the end of King-Ohger. In person. All I heard was just cameos, but... Excuse me. Well, he did return a little bit for... Zoology versus Ninjanger. Oh, that was just the cameo. It's probably the first major appearance he's made since O-Ranger. Yeah, this first time we see the actor, like, out of suit since then. Because we only see him in a suit. And of course, you have 3-way Morph, which I'm like, did the special itself basically have a budget where only 3 people can morph and like nobody else? I'm glad King-Ohger. I'm glad that Riki got a chance to morph. Prince obviously got a chance to morph. We see Gary get a chance to morph again, which I'm glad those two guys got a chance to morph, but why couldn't the other ones morph? My guess is the special ones on a tight budget, so Don King and the machine. By the way, we even see the grunts from the previous series too. We see the grunts from O-Ranger, Ginga Man, and even Deca Ranger. We see the Yoruts, they're the grunts from Ginga Man. The Barlow Soldiers was they changed their grunt noise, which is weird. Yeah, they were the first ones to show up here in this movie for the grunts, and it is shocking the fact they brought these guys back, and they changed basically what they they changed what they look like. They changed their voice. I thought that was interesting. Yes, and of course they make the androids, which I am surprised the fact these things still exist, given the fact the creators has been long dead at this point for 20 freaking years, and yet here they are back here. My guess is he must have found them basically on their own. So we have the Alienizer, the Barona, which it is interesting the fact we have this one monster mains them, because given the fact that all people associated with this empire have been long been dead for years. Yeah, it is quite interesting the fact that they showed up here in this movie. Yeah, so basically one person remained from the Barbaros Ahab. Yeah, she's captured really easily. Like, it is shocking like how easily she's captured. And the air two is killed, and the grunts are killed too. It's a really good fight sequence too they have here, but I still ask, why do we have only 3 people more? Why can we have more people more if there's 3? I thought it was kind of weird. Yep. But that's pretty much King-Ohger in a nutshell. I mean, yeah, there's technically a movie coming up soon for them, but it's not even released yet. Yeah. So apparently in the case of Kyoryuger and Ohsama, after the 4-week continuous Super Sentai Strongest battle. I'm going to just watch that once I get a lot of your Sentai done. For Deca Ranger, this is their first appearance since, I kid you not, the 20th anniversary movie. And for the King-Ohgers, I believe this is the most recent appearance of this group. Because I don't think they've appeared since then. No, not really. But it was great to see them again. And with the exception of the Regulus movie, this is the last thing discussed for King-Ohger for now. But yeah, this particular view, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and join us like button. Well, at this point, I'm just gonna review King-Ohger later on tonight. Basically, like, I'm going off work because I do not have time to review right now because it's getting really late. It's kind of at the minute right now, so I'm gonna basically end it here and basically see you all tomorrow. Bye.